Yeah.
Like the sprinkler. Just
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that.
We're just dancing, Knight. Just a little bit of dancing on the Lethal Collective. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Lethal Collective stream. I am not your host, as always. Not always. It's mostly Mr. Knight. But KillJoy Jake, the Eater of Rats, is in control today. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Wonderful. It's weird having... Jake, you got to rearrange this. Put Knight in his proper spot. This is bothering me.
It's bothering you?
It is. It's like genuinely upsetting me.
There you go.
It's genuinely upsetting you. Wow.
I don't like this. I like two men on top of me.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
I don't like being on top.
There we go.
He's a proud bottom, you know? I can't argue with that.
I'm not even gonna touch that.
This
Literally.
is too much for
That's what he said.
Oh my God. Well, Lisa's here. What's up, Lisa? How's it going? Lisa's complete randomness saying, hit that like button if you're excited for Scream 6 in 2 weeks. Yeah. Woo. Excited, Lisa. Can't wait. My Chunky Jordy's here too, saying, send Craven some love from Ziggy Puppy Pup and myself. Be back when live. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Blucka's here too, saying, I really hope there is more than the characters we saw in the Evil Dead Rise trailer, because they literally showed you everyone but the aunt and niece get turned and die. That is something I wanted to bring up today a little bit. We also have Evil Dead Rise on the horizon, and I'm really excited for that one, gentlemen. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
man, I'm super excited for it, man. I can't wait. I mean, I'm a huge when we talked about it on the stream you had, Jake, Evil Dead is a great franchise, and I think they all have something that they offer, even though there's a lot of differences between them, maybe with the exception of 1 and 2, obviously, and we know why, but I'm really excited for this new setting and to see if they could pull it off,
Oh yeah. Fate, you got any thoughts on Evil Dead Rise?
Yeah, it looks good, but I have some questions. I have some concerns. We'll see. I don't know how I feel about the story. Like like when they made the announcement of like Evil Dead Rise, it was like, oh, they're in this high-rise building. There's probably going to be tons of people. The demons are just taking over everybody, and it's probably like this group of people. And it seems to be nothing like that, at least from what we've gotten. It seems to be just like very focused on like these 5 people, and it's like, where are the rest of the people in this building? Like, is this some like abandoned building or something? Like, what's going on? But
well, where's that picture? We got a picture a while back.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3. Yeah, there's like
bunch of body parts and blood in the hallway here. I got a feeling this isn't just from our family. Like we got some other characters that are gonna pop up.
I think so too.
I
actually think I'm kind of excited in a way, because it's like we haven't seen, all the other carnage, that's happened around them in this freaking building. It's a building. So you got to imagine with all that blood. I forgot how many, we talked about this before, but I forgot how many gallons of blood they used on the set, but it was a shit ton. Excuse my French. And no, but seriously, I'm just really excited. It reminds me, I keep going back to that scene in 28 Days Later, when Killian gets to that apartment complex and he meets the father and the daughter, and of course there's some infected in there that are at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't get any carnage, but my mind was thinking about what could happen in a setting like that that's so closed in and tight, so
yeah. Have you guys go ahead.
I was just gonna say, that's what I'm so excited about with this film. Like in the past, we've always had to have some like weird reason that vaguely explains why our characters are trapped in this cabin in the woods. The bridge is out. Oh, there's no other way to get back. It's like this. Now we actually really have a reason why our characters can't leave. They're trapped on whatever floor of this huge building. That's really fascinating to me. I'm really excited to see how all that plays out.
Yeah, have you guys seen? It was on Netflix for a while. It might still be there. Have you seen it's a Korean zombie film called Alive?
Yeah.
2020. Like that's what. It's a great movie. You should see it. Or in my opinion, I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was really well done for like what it is. It's basically like, it's kind of like the premise of Evil Dead Rise. You got this apartment building, and all these people are trapped in there because there's a zombie apocalypse and everyone in the apartment complex turned into zombies except for like a handful of people that are in this thing, and they have to kind of figure out how to navigate and survive, and how do you get food when you're on the 50th floor of this apartment building and you're running out, like, and it's just it's a series actually. Is it a movie? I don't
It is a
remember
movie, yeah.
It is a movie. Okay, yeah. So, but yeah,
What is it called? What is it called again?
It's called like #alive or something like that.
It's called Alive.
So what's weird about that movie, Fate? Did you know that there's 3 different versions of that movie?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. So like, I can't remember specifically what the first one is. I think it's the French one, but there's a French movie called like, it's like The Night Comes for Us or The Night Eats Us or something like that. I can't remember the exact title, but like it's basically the same movie. Guys trapped in an apartment during like a zombie apocalypse. And it's just a really bleak, messed up movie. They wanted to do like an American version of it, which there is that movie too. But then like there was a script that like like that Korean company or whatever made, and then they made that movie, #alive. Like most people know about that movie, but there's an American version and a French version, like basically the same movie. And all 3 of them are really good for totally different reasons, in my opinion. It's one of those just like weird situations with a horror flick. I recommend all 3 of them. Like if you can,
that's
if you can
crazy.
Find it.
Yeah, I have to check out the other 2 because the only one I've seen is Alive, and then also kind of reminded me of what is it? Was it Mother's Home or something like that? It was another one on Netflix that was about the monsters. It wasn't zombies. It was
that's a series, right?
Yeah, that's a series.
Okay, yeah. I think I've heard of that. I haven't watched it.
That series was really good too. And Sweet Home. Thank you, Blucka. That's what it was. Sweet Home. That was the one that it's called. Sweet Home. So that it was like a Resident Evil type movie. That's what I kind of thought when Evil Dead Rise was announced. Those 2 movies were kind of the first ones that popped into my head. And I was like, oh, I am all for that because I love the Evil Dead franchise, one of my favorite horror franchises. So I was like, cool, we got the Evil Dead franchise connected to like films that I've seen that they've done a really good job with. You already have the model in these 2 films. Just connect the 2. Just instead of like Resident Evil level zombies and or monsters, Resident Evil level monsters and these zombies, it's just these demons. Same concept. There you go. Boom. And it seems like they're going like a completely different approach. But my whole thing is like, why be in an apartment complex if you're not going to have a bunch of people? You should have done it isolated in this, like, like even like a hospital ward or something, where like, but even then it's like, there's still a lot of people. Because my thing is like, I want to see a group of like survivors, even if it's a family. No, even if the family is the one
you're gonna see that. Like, here's the thing: there's a lot of shots of like they're at like some cabin in the woods and all that. We got this shot a little while ago. I think that there's a lot.
That's a dream.
I don't know if that's a dream or not, though.
There's so much. It's or a flashback, whatever. Because
I think it's a flashback. Yeah.
It's like a flashback or whatever.
I think that's going to be about how the book got to this building. Like they're going to explain that, and you're going to see even more deaths. Like I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I think it's going to be a bit of a strange story because like even just saying that, you don't need to explain why the book got to this building. You know what I mean? You don't need to do that. But at the same time, if you want to show us more kills, possessions, deaths, other crazy shit that happens from this book, I'm okay with that. Like I'm down for more carnage candy. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, the thing of it is, if it's anything like these movies that do it really well, like even something like the OG Dawn of the Dead, the only difference is instead of a mall, it's an apartment complex. But with that story, you only had the 4 main characters, basically. You know what I mean? And there was carnage around them at different times. I really think that with this movie, at least what I would assume, and definitely what I hope, is that you're going to be introduced to some other characters that are obviously going to be red shirts, and they're going to die, and you're going to see how this family, reacts to all these different types of things, but like in an Evil Dead type of world, which is a little bit different than like a typical zombie movie.
No, I do want to bring up one more thing about this. Something my buddy Sean has a theory about this, and I think it's kind of interesting. Do you think that we're going to finally do like a Deadite apocalypse kind of thing, like opposed to just like isolated incidents, like how all these movies have kind of been?
put it this way. I think that's kind of what it looks like it's heading towards. This is the time. This is the opportunity. You know, the book is out there in wherever, whatever city, in a friggin' apartment building. If they don't take that opportunity, I suppose if this movie totally sucks, which I don't think is going to totally suck, but you know, that might hinder plans. But this is the perfect opportunity for them to start something along those lines, you know, with some big apocalyptic type of thing going on that affects a whole bunch of people. This guy, I mean, you know, he's a huge fan of the franchise and handpicked by Sam Raimi. So I definitely, I'm going into it with some pretty high hopes. I really
Well,
am.
that's what they were doing in the series. Like, you know, the apocalyptic type thing, like where everything's getting consumed by the demons and everything. What if it's like, would you guys be upset if it was like a layer of hell?
Give me 1 second, gentlemen. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's all about how they do it. You know, the thing about this movie, what I'm hoping is that, and it's very similar to what we've been talking about with Scream 6. I hope that they're going to really take us into some new, interesting directions and stuff. But at the same time, when I watch it, I can say, yeah, that's an Evil Dead film. You know, you can see the through lines to the past, but it's not like shackled to the past. I want to see it to do some interesting things, different from the movies and from the show. You know, that's what I would hope.
I want it to evolve, you know, and a lot of people have said like, oh, they saw the trailer and they're like, oh, this is just Evil Dead 2013 again. And like, I'll be honest, that's like one of my favorite horror movies of all time. So like, I personally wouldn't mind if it was just Evil Dead 2013 in a high-rise building. Like, I wouldn't mind that at all. But at the same time, you should evolve a franchise. You shouldn't just do the same thing again. Like inherently, that's just never going to make for a good continuation. Or like, why does this even exist if it's just going to be the same movie again? But I think that they might take another step into like other things the Necronomicon can do, which is like open a gateway to hell, for instance, or something. You know, something crazy like that.
Unless,
I don't know.
Real quick, just to piggyback off of something you said, I don't mind it if it's to go a direction. Right. So like 2013 was its own standalone. I don't mind if they kind of recreate that with like a high rise building, but there's a purpose and a direction now. Like, yes. Yeah, I know it is kind of just 2013 Evil Dead, but guess what? You see the setup at the end. We're doing 2-3 more movies, whatever. You know, like if that's the case, then I don't mind them kind of just remaking the remake, I guess, so to speak. If that's what you need to do to where with this team, they're going to be able to continue the franchise. But yeah, sorry, Jake, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to make that.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, no, I like it, man. I do want to say hello to a few other awesome people that are hanging out with us tonight. That Sounded Scary is here. Hello.
Hey.
Happy Lethal Collective Friday. Happy times. Love it. Welcome. Wayne is here too. What's up? Jay Kemp also hanging out. I don't know if I said hi to Blucka yet, but hello. Hello again, Bluck. I think I did say hello to you. So hello again. Hello. So. Hello, Valerie, the general. The general's in the house. Welcome. Everyone did it. I loved it. Extra Gaming's here too. What's up? How's it going?
You don't play with the general.
You don't.
You don't mess around. You don't. Not when she's in the house. What's up, Cody too? How's everyone doing tonight? Carrie's here as well. What's up, Carrie? Carrie just hit 500 subscribers.
Yes,
I know
we
were celebrating that a couple days ago, but still, very exciting stuff. Good stuff. So welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Have you guys gotten your tickets yet?
Yeah, I just got mine the other day.
Nice. Good stuff.
Now, does anybody have showings on the 8th? Because like I'm hearing that everyone's like, oh, I'm going to see it on the 8th. I'm like, what? I want to see it on the 8th.
The 8th. Jeez.
Yeah.
No.
The 3D. I think the 3D because I think I saw that some of the theaters in my area had listings for the 8th, but it was only in 3D. It was only like 1 or 2 showings in the 3D. I don't want to watch it in 3D first.
I don't either. Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, I'll just go see I'm not going to see the first showing because the first showing's at like 5 p.m. But I'm going to go at 8 at my tickets for 8:45 on the 9th. So I'll have, I have seen it and everything by the collective time and everything.
Nice.
So
absolutely. That's
So
cool.
yeah, so that's all I care about. And like I wouldn't like even if I did see it on Wednesday instead of Thursday, probably wouldn't have talked about it till like Friday or Saturday anyway. So
Exactly.
Right.
it's not. I'm just like I can wait an extra day. I just be careful and stay off the internet for a day.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it in 3D after and just see if there's really any differences. But it's not something I'm like, yeah, I gotta see this in 3D. Like, maybe after maybe for like a second or third showing, I'll be like, why not? Let's see if this gimmick's any good.
Yeah. See if it's any different.
Yeah, see if there's like.
Whoa!
The Lethal Collective in 3D.
Oh my god.
Ghostface throws his knife up in the air and it's like like that. I would be so mad. I'd be like,
although
dude,
I gotta
what?
admit, when they did that in Saw 7, there were a couple moments that actually were kind of cool. Like when Gordon threw the hacksaw at the camera. It looked cool. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, granted, I'm a huge fan of the franchise, so maybe I've got blinders on, but that one looked pretty good in 3D.
Dude, Saw 7 has grown on me so much. Like,
Right?
I love that movie now. I used
See,
to hate it. Like, I used to be
You're
like,
all
oh.
right. You're all right, man.
I'm
It
just
grew on
like-
me too.
I'm realizing how I'm realizing how much Kevin Grutert understands Saw. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like some of the
Right.
traps are dumb in 7, but like,
Yeah.
dude, that's a really well structured movie. Like that's a really good idea for a Saw film. I don't know.
It is.
I really like 7. Is obscure of an opinion as that is.
I enjoy 7 too, man. That one trap where the guy had to use like the calf raise machine and keep the 3 steel bars from going into the girl's eyes and her mouth. That was rough. That was
Yeah,
so
man.
rough. Crazy as hell. Like nobody's gonna make that up. Come on, stop it. But anyways, but it was cool on the screen though.
Do you guys remember that stretch of just like every horror movie was 3D? You had like My
Yeah.
Bloody Valentine.
Oh
You
yeah.
had Prometheus. Fright Night? They had
was
that in
Prometheus 3D? I don't remember
They-
that.
Yeah, you could get a
I
3D
thought
screen.
they did. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
Yeah.
yeah, you
way.
could get it.
Okay.
I didn't see it in 3D, but you could.
Did you like Prometheus?
I didn't
Look at
love
Jake.
it, but I didn't hate it.
Hold
No.
on. Jake's sitting there like,
Like I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
That
good
was
things
like
in
one of the most disappointing comebacks for a franchise, like maybe ever. I was so hyped, man. I was so excited for a new Alien, and then just no
Yeah.
xenomorphs, nothing. Like,
Until
no.
the
You
right.
didn't like the storytelling of the other 2 movies?
I really appreciated I don't like the whole concept of this, what was going to be a new trilogy. It
Yeah.
just doesn't feel like it didn't. It's a story that I don't feel like it needed to be told. Like it's all about the
definitely
backstory
didn't.
about how the xenomorphs came about, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need this. Like I love what's his face as the robot. I can't remember that actor's name, but he's
David. Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, Michael Fassbender. Yeah, he like great, like a phenomenal
he was
performance.
he was the shining light in Prometheus and in Alien Covenant. I mean, they literally could have just had everything focused on him. But I know what you're saying. It definitely didn't need to be done. I think Ridley Scott was like, he was thinking, okay, we can make a really interesting concept out of that one freaking scene in Alien when they see the space jockey and Tom Skerritt and John Hurt. They're like, well, what is that? And it's like, it looks like something bursted out from inside of him, and it was a really cool set design that they had. Really cool. Just everything was cool about the set design and production of Alien, but it wasn't something that we needed to know. I mean, I understand that he was thinking, well, we can kind of go in a different direction and maybe start a whole new, side series. But it didn't have that same horror feel to it. It was some interesting sci-fi stuff, but it wasn't scary at all. And that was disappointing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
aren't they still making another one of those? Isn't there supposed
At
to be
one point they were.
So
Go ahead.
So they were going to make another one to continue Alien Covenant. That
Yeah.
got canceled. But what they are doing now is Fede Alvarez is directing like a brand new Alien story. Like it's just going to be a brand new take on the franchise. It's going to have xenomorphs in it. Like I have total faith in this guy. We were talking about Evil Dead 2013 earlier. I don't know. I think everything that guy touches turns to gold. Like, say what you want about Texas Chainsaw Massacre from last year, but I really enjoyed that very dumb movie.
Yeah,
but also like that was just that wasn't Fide's fault. Like,
he was just producing.
Right,
You know?
he was just a producer.
Yeah, like that had so many things going on behind the scenes. But I mean, regardless, look. Is the consensus to bring back 3D movie? Speaking of, didn't they have Final Destination? Weren't like two of the Final Destination movies in 3D?
Yeah, the Final Destination, which was the fourth one, that was in 3D, and
Part 5, right?
Part 5 might have been. I can't remember, but I know the fourth one was, because when I saw it in the theaters and they were on the racetrack and when the car got all messed up and the tire came right at the damn screen. Everybody goes like, "Whoa!" So
the Final Destination 2009, and then Final Destination 5 in 2011 were both in 3D.
Yep.
Okay, I don't remember 5 being 3D. That's interesting. Okay, sick.
Yeah, I didn't see it in 3D, but
5's.
But I didn't either. Yeah, I mean, because 3D's been a thing since like the 70s, right? I mean, because you had Jaws, you had Friday the 13th Part 3 was in 3D. They had like the original. Wasn't the original My Bloody Valentine in 3D also? And that came out in like 1970 something, right?
It was like 79 or 80, 81, something like that. It was was
3D invented.
But they had that gimmick before that too.
Yeah, so I just pulled up. I have it pulled. So like, there's a movie called The Bubble in 1966 that was in 3D, colored 3D. Let me see what the oldest is.
But somewhere between 1850 and 1860, people were like playing around with that kind of technology. And I did not know that is how far it came back.
The Maze in 1953.
The Maze in 1953. Yeah, I'm seeing that right now. Like the 50s.
It came
is
from
when...
outer space was in 3D. That's right. I forgot about that. It came from outer space was in 3D, and that was in 1953.
That's nuts. Like I never knew. Like I always thought like 80s was like, oh, that's when 3D was
House
big,
of Wax.
Well, I knew it was before that, because Sean Cunningham and everyone involved with Friday 3, they kept talking about they wanted to use a gimmick that hadn't been used in a long time, and that was kind of one of the hooks that they wanted to use for 3. They're like, okay, well, it's the third movie, let's have it in 3D like the old time movies and stuff. So. But I didn't know it was all the way back in the 50s. Wow.
Jake.
I didn't know that either.
The original, you're going to love this. Hang on 1 second. You're going to love this. The original 1954 Creature from the Black Lagoon was in 3D.
What?
It was? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what it
no
says.
way.
It says right here.
Wow.
Yeah, the original, it says you could get it in 75/4 3D, dual 35 millimeter, and then mono, whatever that. Those were like the viewing options then.
Wow,
Okay.
that is absolutely crazy.
Now, if I could go back in time,
3D.
yeah, if I go back in time, I would see that showing without a doubt. Oh my God. But Perp Minded is asking a hilarious question, which I have a weird answer to, believe it or not. They should make a 3D found footage movie. Technically, there is one. Technically. I swear to God, it's called Found Footage 3D the movie or something like that.
Nice.
And it is like, dude, not kidding. It's actually pretty good too. Like it's literally about a crew making a found footage movie in 3D. And like the whole idea is that like this is gonna suck. The crew is making fun of it the whole time, and then some weird paranormal shit starts happening.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super meta. It feels very Scream inspired, which is hilarious. I really
Jake's
like
next movie. Jake's next movie is in 3D.
That'd be awesome.
It's found footage in 3D, and we're not making fun of ourselves. We're playing it straight.
Yeah. Right.
Found footage 3D. How would you go about that? Like
I wouldn't.
Right?
I don't know how well that.
I can't imagine what the cost would be.
Oh
it
man,
might be pretty cheap. How expensive is it to film in 3D nowadays? It can't be that much. It can't be that expensive.
Well, I think about like, people are always complaining like found footage, it's too shaky, it messes with my head. So that on top of a 3D,
on top of 3D,
it's
Right.
like, dude, it's just headache city.
You'll
Just
totally
call it headache.
obliterate people's minds.
But if you did a horror movie, it would be like you could use the headline, people throwing up in the theater, people passing out, like
Not for the right reasons, though.
You probably, but you'd probably be rich as hell.
That's a good point, though. I mean, I can't argue with that. Really, that's
that
really
probably
funny,
makes some money for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we got ourselves a super chat from Tryhard7. Thank you so much for the $5.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Saying they restocked the Ghostface collectible popcorn bucket online. I have to get one of those. Saying I'm so glad I didn't have to buy one off of a reseller at a ridiculous price.
Yeah, they were selling them for like $200. Like that was like
$200.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people like posting on like the Facebook group like look at this. This is ridiculous. But like people were going in and just clearing it out and buying them all and then selling them for like $100. Those people are gonna have a lot of just empty popcorn boxes pretty soon.
Right?
That's what you get for being a scalper, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
That's what happens.
Especially something so niche.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how many people are going to really like, even if they really genuinely wanted that, like maybe if you held on to them for like 30 years, somebody would be like, oh man, like I remember that. Like, sure, I'd pay $200 and it probably makes sense. But like right now, like it makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
You're not gonna like to buy 100 of them. There's probably gonna be 100 people that buy them total.
I'm one of those 100 then, man. I'm eating popcorn out of Ghostface's head while I watch that movie. I don't care what happens. But
there you go.
Try hard. Thank you for the $5 though. I really appreciate that.
Much appreciate it.
Enjoy your Ghostface popcorn bucket too if you get one.
Right.
Night, have you seen A Knock at the Cabin yet?
Dude, I almost watched it last night and didn't get a chance. I'm probably gonna watch it either tonight or tomorrow.
I watched it 2 nights ago. Jake, you said you didn't like the movie, right?
I was not a fan, no.
Really? I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest movie ever. Like it was kind of to me it was pretty straightforward. It kind of didn't really feel like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I mean it was pretty obvious in my opinion. Like as I was watching it, I was like, oh, I know exactly what this is. But also supernatural guy. So take that as you may.
You found a way to put it in there, man.
I did. Always. That's my goal is to just sneak that in every live stream possible.
Dude, one of these live streams we're going to come on. We're going to be like, Fate, we watched Supernatural and start talking about it. He's like literally going to lose his mind. Like,
I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be like, no.
Just going nuts. I just want to like all I'll say about Knock at the Cabin, just real quick, is like the worst thing for me is when a movie's predictable. Like if you don't do anything surprising in your movie, I'm just not interested. It's like if you just play it straight and that movie plays it so straight, like that, there's no surprise in that movie, and everything that they're about to do it's translated so heavily. I don't know. That's the worst thing for me. I know some people are like, whatever, if it's a good story, I like it. But like me, I'm just like, I need some kind of surprise. I need something that's different to make this stand out.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, like, I just thought it was like a pretty straightforward movie. But here's the thing too, like I could see the average person watching that and being surprised. Like, it's just if you've watched enough horror movies, like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. But like yeah, I could see like the average person like that doesn't do what we do, that goes like, oh, that was really good. I didn't see that happening. Or I didn't see that. I didn't see that. But I mean, like I said, I thought it was a decent movie. What'd you think of Dave Bautista?
He was the best part, in my opinion. I think he was. I really liked his performance, but it was just in the middle of not the best script, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's really something in general, man. I'm really enjoying seeing him. Like, he just seems like he's just getting better and better, and obviously, picking the right projects as well. That's probably a huge part of it. But it really seems as though he's getting just more complex as an actor, and just I don't know, man. It's really cool to see. It really is.
He's the best wrestler turned actor, in my opinion.
I think so too.
Wrestler turned actor. I agree.
I think so too.
I mean, The Rock just plays The Rock.
He plays The Rock, right?
Literally, he's not acting. He's just there to play himself. But I'm not gonna lie, like I was a little disappointed, not in Dave Bautista, but the way that they wrote his character. I wish they would have given him a little more range. I mean, I understand why, because I mean, Jake, you saw the movie, so you probably know why too. He is the way he is. It's one of those movies where it's obvious why he's that way, but I still think you could have given him a little more range. Like test his acting ability a little bit. A lot of his like acting roles have kind of just been like very like stoic. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I felt. Like Drax is very like Drax is a little all over the place. But but it's still like it's very comedically stoic, right? This was very like seriously stoic. Like it was just like
it was a serious version of Drax. I agree.
He's hilarious as Drax though.
Yeah, he is. He
is. But I kind of feel
the only
like
Marvel movie I'm excited for.
I feel like he's just kind of being typecast as like the same character, just like a different emotion. Like Drax is always happy, like Like,
well, I will say, I will say, and I know exactly what you mean, and I just hope that he continues to like build that cred up, and then he'll have that moment where he can be in a project where he gets to like spread his wings a little bit more, because I think he has even more range, man. I loved him in Blade Runner 2049, and that was a very small part, but it was so impactful, so yeah, I'm all for him, man. He's a really talented person.
And I think he does have range, even though, like, Fade, I do think you have a point. I don't think he shows it off all the time, but I do think he does have range as an actor.
I definitely think he has range. I just think that the people that are writing his part are not giving him the opportunity to show that range.
Yeah.
Because you've seen, like, he's had moments, even in, like, the Marvel movies, he's had moments where you're like, oh, wow, like,
that was really good,
I felt that. Like, there are those moments. And, but I just feel like they're writing him a lot as like, again, like the same type of character, just a different emotion. Like rather than like him kind of being all over the place. And I thought A Knock at the Cabin would have been a good film given what his portrayal was, to give him some range. I mean, I understand again what the character was supposed to be and why he was that way, but you still could have given him, a couple scenes and it wouldn't have changed anything, like where he just had like, you got an like, I guess kind of emotional scene, but, and you had that one dialogue towards the end, Jake, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But like, I just, again, it was still in that character, which credit to him that he was able to be so like stoic the entire time. But I don't know. I do, like Blucka said, John Cena.
I like John Cena too.
Is developing into a good. I didn't think he was a good actor at all in the beginning.
Yeah,
I thought it was the full on like, oh, he's just a big name in the wrestling space, and The Rock blew up, so let's give him acting roles. I thought he was unwatchable in some movies, and I think he's really starting to come into his own. What was that? I thought he was great. What was that Netflix movie he was in recently?
My big thing about him is he was in like Daddy's Home and like Blockers, all these like comedies, and they were, they're fine.
Yeah.
He's fine in those. But when I saw
Vacation Friends.
Vacation Friends, I've never seen that. But Peacemaker, Peacemaker and Suicide Squad,
Yeah,
that to me was
Peacemaker.
a huge turning point for him.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of blew me away a little bit. But I've never seen Vacation Friends. That one.
Vacational. It's like it's not. I didn't think it was like a very good movie, to be honest. But I thought for the role he was playing, I thought he played it really well. Like I did. I liked what like his. I thought his timing was good. His comedic, just timing was really good. I thought, the times that he had to be serious was good. Yeah, so I did. I liked him in that.
Well, it's funny is that his persona as a wrestler, just like with The Rock, it lends itself to being very charismatic, in a movie or a project or whatever, whereas Batista's persona when he was wrestling, it was much more, it was his physicality that was the big thing. Like he wasn't, he was okay on the mic, but he wasn't in the same league as The Rock or John Cena. But it's so interesting to see, Batista, still, getting better as an actor as well as Cena, but they kind of come from two different paths when they were wrestlers, because one was really vocal on the mic and the other one was more of just a physical, strong man, so it's interesting when you see that type of stuff. It just goes to show that charisma and obviously hard work, but there's sometimes that something, that it factor that translates, when you're on camera in a movie or whatever. And fortunately for those two guys, they both have it.
I think the difference too, though, is that I think Dave Bautista genuinely wants to be an actor. That's all he talks about.
Yep.
All he talks about, like every time he's in an interview and somebody brings up like, oh, the wrestling thing, he's like, that was, a past life. Like I'm an actor.
This is what
now.
he's
like,
doing now. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's really trying. He's going to school. He's going to classes. He's working with, the best. He's putting in the work to try to become a real actor. I don't remember what interview it was, but I remember watching. It was like a quick little thing. And it wasn't the full interview. It was just a little snippet. But he was talking about how like, he wants to break the stigma, because they asked him like, how do you feel about like you and The Rock and stuff like that? And he's like, I'm not The Rock. I'm not, John Cena. Like I'm me, and I want to, he's like, nothing against them, but he's like, I want to be remembered as an actor, like because that's what I am doing. And he's like, and I'm taking it serious, and I want to play different roles, and they were asking him, well, why aren't you doing the Avengers? Like, why are you supposed to stop doing the Avengers? He's like, because I want to do other stuff. Like, I don't want to just be Drax for the rest of my life.
I respect the hell out of him.
I do too.
Like,
yeah,
that's
me too.
awesome. I want to see him in more horror. Like I want to see him in a good horror movie. I think he would really excel in something weird like Evil Dead or Scream. You know what I mean? It's weird to suggest that, right? Like you say that, you're like, I don't know, but I feel like the only reason people think that is because they associate him with like wrestler guy. You know what I mean? But I think he would kill it in something like that. He is a good actor. He has range. I want to see some more. I want to see some more versatile performances from him, I guess.
I'd like to see him in like like. You ever see the movie Crash?
Which one?
Did I see that?
There's a couple of crashes.
No, it's the one that like won all the awards.
Yeah,
the one that had like Terrence Howard and.
Right.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
I think I'm thinking of Drive. Yeah, I'm thinking of Drive.
Yeah, Drive was a movie too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have not seen Crash, but I know
that's actually a really good movie. You guys, like that's a genuinely good movie. But my point is, like a movie like that, I would love to see him in, like, because that's like a drama, like type film. It's not really like a comedy or action or anything like that. It's more of even Blucka's like Crash is a great movie. It really is. It is a really good movie. It's the premise is basically it's like these groups of people that all have different lives, like 5 or 6 characters, but they're all like really good actors. And, basically they all have their own lives, and these events happen that all kind of mingle together. And like, just the way it's executed beautifully. The story is great. Just everything about it. I mean, it won like every award it could win for a reason, but, I would love to see, Batista in a movie like that.
Yeah.
Like
I would
just see the drama, but not like or your typical drama. Like that was like a very methodical drama. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to see him in something like that.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, man.
We got ourselves Jay Charisma here throwing $1 out there, which I really appreciate the support.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
I also feel bad because they're saying, "Oh wait, shoot! I paid the comment and didn't get to say anything." I'm so sorry, Jay. If you got something, man, throw it out there. Acknowledge me.
Roman
Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Okay, here we go. Jay saying the Scream 3 unused script just went public and leaked today. Angelina is the second Ghostface. Craven was right. And the part where Roman stabs himself like a true psycho is insane. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Yep. I had no doubt in my mind Angelina was supposed to be a killer,
Listen, let me just say something. And we just watched Scream 3 the other night on Wednesday night. And there is no way. I know there are a lot of people that believe that Roman, because it was just he was the only reveal. So they go with that and they say, yeah, no, Roman did it alone. He could have done it alone. Nah. I mean, there were so many scenes like when Sydney was on the set, like we zeroed in on that scene hardcore. We had like a whole 10-minute point in the watch party. I told Steven, I said, we got to clip this out. This is gold right here. When Sydney sees the door that she's got barricaded with the other knob, and it just moves a little bit, and so she heads the other way, and Ghostface is not on the top floor but on the bottom floor. And then of course when she's getting chased and she goes into the house, and it's like, come on, man, there's just no way that Roman did it alone. So shout out to shout out to Angelina.
I say it all the time. He literally teleports in that movie.
Yes.
Angelina was supposed to be the second killer.
That's right.
That was the original idea. They didn't want to go the female killer route.
Right.
And so Wes Craven was like, all right, watch. And he filmed that movie as if there were two killers.
There's
no way, like half of the scenes that happen in that movie can't happen unless there's two people. Other than that, or he's a wizard, Harry. That's the only way. That's the only way.
Right?
The deleted ending of that where he rides away on his magic carpet into the sunset.
Yeah,
right.
I want to see that now.
On his broom.
On his broom. Yeah, fuck it. Carpet, broom, it's all the same. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
but
no, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
You don't have to agree with me. I'm an idiot, Knight. I know I'm an idiot. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Well, I mean, you are, but his
voice
jeez. is also a teleportation device.
It is.
Man. Okay. See, there now I'm.
We're getting all like Doctor Who up in this thing, man. Come on.
You might as well explain it that way. You might as well.
Right?
Like that technology doesn't exist, man.
He has the 5 buttons, and then those are all the voice changes, and then the middle button is just like to teleport. Or he's like the guy from Jumper.
Oh God. Well, let me ask you guys something. Did you guys like the voice changer? Did you like that as part of
I wouldn't mind if they brought it back.
I think it takes away from Roger L. Jackson. You know what I mean? Like, I love his performance so much. And then it's like, you barely get any of that in Scream 3. Like, you do, but it's not as much as the other movies because they're playing with that so much. And I don't know, man. I'm like, I'm pretty whatever about it. It's like, it doesn't bug me that much, but like, it does. That doesn't exist in the year 1999 or 2000. You know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't. That wasn't. Yeah, but I would have. You could buy that at a store for $5. You know what I mean? That just wasn't a thing. But
yeah, I would have liked, because we got the scenes or the little stills of the scene that would have explained how he got the voice changer or how he made the voice changer. I think like that would have been helpful. Because it was reasonable. It was just playback recordings essentially is all it was on the voice changer. So and they had those. I mean, what was it? The Teddy. Was it Teddy Ruxpin bears or whatever?
Yeah, the bear things. Bears? Yeah.
And it would replicate voices and stuff. And then they even had that megaphone where you could like do the voice changers. And then you could also like press the button and it would like distort your voice in like a robotic voice or whatever. Like the technology was there if it was explained properly. It just seems so like ridiculously, insanely advanced. You were like, this dude's Ghostface from 2030. And we're in the year 2000.
My thing about it is like you could play that pretty well today by like what you said, like having a distorted version of someone else's voice where it sounds like AI coming through the phone. That's scary. You know what I mean? Ooh, cool. Okay, but like the way they played in Scream 3 is why I don't like it, because it's like, oh, this person's talking perfectly like they're Sidney Prescott. When it's like, no, that doesn't make sense.
I have like what is it called? It's called Natural Reader. It's basically like AI voices, and it has like a million voices on it, and like they have the ones that are like AI generated, that basically sound like a robot, reading, but like 90% of them are actually like fluid. Like you wouldn't know that it's
today.
That's AI. That's what I'm saying. Like they could easily do that today. Like you could have that voice changer and no one would bat an eyelash. Everyone would be like, okay.
If that was in Scream 6, I would have no issue with it. But it's the fact that it was in Scream 3. That's why I have a problem with it. I don't. It just really. I don't think it's necessary either. Like this is a series that's supposed to be a little more grounded because of the commentary. It takes away from that. Like everything it's trying to do commentary wise in Scream 3 is lost for me because of that. So I don't know. That's just my whack opinion, I guess. guess. Some people love the voice changer. All the love to you if you dig it. But
you're gonna get a bunch of voice changes for Christmas gifts this year.
oh my God.
People are gonna be like, "We're sending you some, Jake."
We have them readily available. Here you go.
Right.
Radioactive Cosmic Rays is throwing $5 in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Saying in Scream 6, how many scenes take place in the college? What are you guys expecting? Doesn't seem like we are going to get much of it from the pace of the film. That's actually a good question. Knight, I'll start with you. What do you think about that?
I mean, I would like to think we're going to get a couple. At least 2, I would think. But it is a good point from Radioactive. I mean, I think that the pace is going to be, from what we kind of gathered from the trailers, the TV spots, and what we've heard from Radio Silence, it seems like it's going to basically hit the ground and go run. But I hope this actually goes into another thing I was thinking too when you were reading this. I hope they do take some time to be, I don't want to say boring slow, but enough so we can kind of breathe, get to know the situation, kind of see where these characters are at, get a little bit of, chemistry between the characters before we just start running all over New York City crazy,
Yeah.
But I hope we get at least 2 or 3. I would expect at least 2 or 3.
I was going to throw this in there real quick. We have a lot of shots like this. Unfortunately, this is the only one I just have readily available, but we have a lot of shots during the daytime where they film stuff with like Gail, with the college students and all that. Mm-hmm. And like, my guess is that we get like an opening kill and then basically what you were saying, Knight, where it's like, we kind of like Gail's on the scene, she's in New York. It's, oh, this is happening here now. Okay. She's going to hop right on that, of course. I can imagine we get a scene with her, like maybe at the police station or something. That's where we get our introduction to like the detective, maybe all our college characters walking around campus and all that. I think we're definitely like, I think a lot of people are going into this thinking this isn't going to be set up like your usual Scream film, but it probably is, like not as much as usual, but it's going to have that little exposition area, like 10, 15 minutes where you get to know the characters, establish your red herrings, who's who, what's going on with the characters coming back and all that. I think we're still going to get that. But then after that second kill, I think it's going to just take off. It's going to be like a bullet train.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we get the college campus. I think we get it kind of in passing. Like, I think we get several scenes, but it's always like in passing. So like you see the Blackmore subway entrance. Like, I think we'll get a scene of them walking like through the courtyard to the subway that is an exit on the campus type thing. I think you have that one where they all put their hands in. That looks like it's in like the cafeteria or something at the school. I think it won't be like I think it'll just be in passing moments. I don't think it'll be like, like in Scream 2, they were like always on campus, right? And they're like literally like in the credenza, like hanging out, having like full dialogue moments of just like everybody like walking by. I don't think you're going to get that. I think it'll probably be, maybe a scene or something like Jake said, like establishment, like, like there was a Ghostface attack, like in, whatever, Chad's running into every classroom, like guys, like we gotta talk, like something just happened type thing. Like I can see something like that, but I do think a lot of the actual scenes on campus on Blackmore are going to be just like almost background noise rather than like part of the scene. That's kind of my guess, which I'm not against, because one of the things that drove me crazy was that like they were always on campus and went nowhere else in Scream 2. And like if you've ever been to college, there are people that are like that, but it's a small pool of people that are like that compared to the overall. You're going, even if you're like an artsy, quiet, like, introvert person, you're still going to like local cafes or like, you have like your small little clique that you hang out with and stuff like that. Like you're almost never on campus unless you got like homework, some project or something, or there's some event going on, or you're at like a frat house. But even a lot of the frat houses aren't even on campus. They're away from campus. So it's just, that was my only thing. It was just like always on campus. Like, man, like all the attacks were on campus. Like,
I'm like, I don't know if there's anything about this, but the fact that we're not going to like a frat house or something in this movie, I just feel like is a massive missed opportunity. Yeah, I haven't seen anything about it. There was no set pictures that seemed like that they were at a frat house, but I don't know, man. Like when I was briefly in college, I partied, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Party hard.
That's what it's all about.
Everyone parties a little bit in college, man. And like, it's bizarre to me that there's not like one scene in either of these movies that's like at a frat house or like at this. I mean, in Scream 2, there's the kind of party, but like, I don't know. I just, we need more of that. I think we need more of that, especially here in Scream 6. So,
You would think.
You would think most of the movie would take place surrounding something like that, but that's just me. I guess I'm crazy, but yeah, I think I don't think we'll see too much. I do kind of agree. I don't think we'll see too much of it. If we do see it, it's going to be in passing, and like we know about the film already, it's going to mostly take place in the same day. So I think it's going to be like, yeah, just establishing stuff at the college. Then once it hits nighttime and Ghostface is out and about killing people again, it's just going to be a bullet train to the end. So that's my guess, radioactive cosmic rays. I don't know how you feel about that. I think the big thing here, the big thing to take away from this is don't expect Scream 2. Don't expect Scream 2 format with this movie. But thank you for the $5, radioactive cosmic rays.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Real quick, Blucka said Anthony Starr in a horror movie. I would love to see him as Ghostface.
Yes.
Like as soon as I saw that comment, I was like, oh my God, I don't even care if it's super obvious. It could be the most obvious thing in the world. I don't care. I just want to see him take off that mask, be Ghostface, have dialogue, and he has to say, when they're like, why are you doing this? His answer, and the only answer, is because I'm Ghostface, I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's his answer. That is his answer. And if there is any other answer to that question other than that,
wrong.
It's a missed opportunity.
We're calling radio silence.
You're gonna call it radio silence. What were you thinking?
I'm gonna be on the phone like that Karen meme. I'm gonna be like, excuse me. Yeah, this is the Lethal Collective. Okay, I need you.
Oh my God. Anthony Starr and Jack Quaid, actually, which is hilarious. They're both on this show called Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before.
Never even heard of that.
I don't know. Heard of that. No.
So it's this really bizarre comedy, like Australian comedy show. It's on Netflix. It's only like 6 episodes. They're like 10 minutes a piece. You get through it in an hour, like everything they got on there. It got canceled. It's a very like acquired taste kind of humor, but I highly recommend it. Like me and my buddies quote it all the time. And Anthony Starr's bit, it's literally in the first episode, is so fucking funny. And it's because he plays Homelander. You know what I mean? That's why it's funny. I'm not even going to tell you guys about it. Just watch that first episode and you're going to like lose your mind. It's so funny to me. I don't know. It's so good. I don't want to say anymore. Just go watch it. Go watch that first episode.
Okay.
What else do we got here, though? Okay, so get me started talking about Anthony Starr. I'm like, oh shit, bro. He's so much better in Banshee. I've never seen Banshee before.
Oh, Banshee, yeah. You never seen that?
No.
That was a good series.
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of like TV's never been my thing so much. Like I'll watch like something that's really good, but like I've always been drawn to movies a little more, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm weird, but
no, I know what you mean.
I've never even heard of this before. Oh my God, 2019? Yeah, holy crap. Nice. 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. All right.
Yeah,
I've never heard of this either. I've never seen it.
Nice. I'll have to give it a try. I just found out Pedro Pascal was on Narcos. That's another show that I just missed out on.
Yes. Yes.
I'm in love with the guy now. I hate to be on the train that everyone else is now, but
hey,
like after
man,
the Mandalorian,
when you got it.
Have you guys seen his Mario skit?
Dude, that was the funniest shit I've ever seen, man. Oh my God. And the voiceover in a world. And I was like, what? And he's like, it's a Mario. I'm like, oh my God. It was amazing.
I love it. Like he's making fun of himself and Chris Pratt at the same time, and that just makes me so happy. That's so funny.
Yes.
I love when actors don't take themselves too serious, because you see a lot of actors. You see a lot of actors that just they're very like, no, I would. But I love like you're doing art. You're doing like you're just in and out, right?
Well, the thing about Pedro Pascal is I'm just so glad, and I haven't caught up on Last of Us yet. I'm still an episode behind, so let's be careful. But I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy that he's having this success now, because I've always thought he was very talented. I mean, even back when he was in Game of Thrones, man, and that was just a small little part, but you could just sometimes, like I said with Batista and Cena, sometimes people just have that it factor, whatever they have inside of them, it translates onto the screen, whether it's a movie or a show or performance, whatever. And he's always had that, and I'm glad he's having some success, because The Last of Us is a badass show. I love that show so much.
It is.
Oh,
love it.
I mean,
I hope the game keeps its integrity.
Right. I know that was. I know.
Right. It's got to
Dude,
live up to that
memes-
show.
Those memes are
so
hilarious.
great.
That is.
And
that
I
is really
love
funny.
reading the comments on those types of memes, because you see all the people that are like, "There's a game." Like, I
Right.
hope it doesn't ruin the essence of the show. And it's
That's
like,
right.
oh my god.
That's right.
I'll be honest. I got two things to add to that. I wish I hadn't played the games before the show, because I'm almost at the point, and Night, I won't say anything beyond this about episode 6, but episode 6 is the reason I think I like the show maybe more than the game. Like, it's just so good. Like, it's so good. The game was so good when I first played it, but the show is even
Right.
better. It's such a good adaptation of the game, because it doesn't change too much. It just expands. You know what I mean? It expands
Right.
upon very little things, and I think that's
Well,
so fascinating.
You can do more. You can expand on things more, because it's a show and not a game that you actually have to
Right.
physically play.
Right.
So it's different. But also, like, even the things that they have changed, like, I think they've done a really good job with.
Amazing
I
job.
just, they haven't, like, I guess the biggest thing, because that was what, episode 3?
Episode 3.
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah, Bill and Frank, like, that was probably the biggest thing that they've changed so far.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I thought it fit the story so much more.
It did.
And that's just an expansion too. It's not
Right.
like they threw out the original
These
idea or
characters.
something. Yeah, no,
Right.
those characters existed in this universe,
That's
but you
right.
never got to see their whole backstory until now. And
Right.
it's like, whoa, that's so cool, Yeah.
And they did that on purpose. That was a decision that they made on purpose, to say, hey, we're going to expand these characters that the people that play the game, they know a little bit about, but they don't know, the journey that they had. And it's so funny we're talking about this, because I'm actually rewatching, or I was rewatching episode 3 with the little ones, and it's just a fantastic just episode, and just fantastic acting. I mean, seriously, it is literally top notch. And I mean, it's amazing, absolutely amazing.
What's the girl's name? I'm blanking on
Bella
Bella
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey. She is killing it.
Yes, she is.
They did
Yes,
a great
she
job.
is.
Yeah.
Hell
And
yes.
she has a great American accent. I saw
Yeah.
her like in an interview, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "No way!" Because usually you can still hear
Mhm.
like that. Oh, like they're not like American, but like, man, like I was like, she played that accent perfectly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she is killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bella
Yep.
Ramsey.
You know what's
I-
funny too is she had that little bit part on Game of Thrones as well, and
Yeah.
really stood out. I mean,
Yeah.
like every scene she was in, like boom, you just zero in on this little lady, and I was like, wow, she's really talented. And now, again, seeing her having the opportunity to be in such a successful show, it's like, man, hats off. I'm so happy for her and for Pedro.
Dude, you got to watch episode 6. That's all I'm going to say. Like,
Oh, I will
Pedro
be.
Pascal shines, man. I'm like,
Nice.
I can't, but like, this is his best performance. That's the best performance I've seen from him personally, is in that episode. I'm just like, fuck, dude. Oh my God.
How many seasons do you think we get?
At
'Cause
least
we already
2.
got season 2. We already got
Yeah.
season 2.
Right.
So
Well, I guess I haven't played the second game, so if you guys have, say nothing. But I've
Right.
only played the first one. I don't know too much about the second game, like if it's open ended or not. I could give you a better answer after I play that, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. Because I know 1 leaves more to be desired, if that makes sense. Which I won't say anything else but that. But I gotta shut up, because I'm just stepping into spoiler territory here for
Well, no,
people who
'cause
don't want to know.
the only reason I ask is because, like, yes, it's 2 games, so you could get 2 seasons out of it type thing. But like, they could expand this and
Oh yeah.
keep going. Like even if they don't do another game, they could get like why if this show continues to have this type of success, why would you stop it? Like granted, you don't want to. I mean, you don't want to oversaturate it, but if you did like a 5-season arc, why not? I'm not saying go to season 20, but like if you could get an extra 2 or 3 seasons out of this, why not? Why not do that?
If I had to guess, there's probably more story to tell. I just, like I said, I haven't played the second game, but I kind of know what it's about based off of how one ends. So I want to play it.
Yeah, I haven't played the second game either, but I'm familiar with the second game because one of my friends is a voice actress in the game.
What? So, no way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Chelsea Tavares. She's also in like All American and stuff.
Dude, no way.
Wow.
I should say more of an acquaintance. We haven't talked in like 10 years, but I grew up with her. Like I knew of her.
That's
like
something.
We were friends. Like because people are gonna be like, oh, you're best friends with it. No, like we knew each other. We were friendly acquaintances. Hung out a couple times, stuff like that. But and we used to talk all the time. So like I remember when that happened, I was like, oh, that's cool.
And speaking of as well, man, it was so sad to hear Annie Wershing had passed away. She's the one that voiced Tess in the game, man. And it's like, and I know I'm not trying to make this, I don't want this to sound weird, but it's just too bad because obviously with the success of the show, it all bridges back to the game and everyone involved with all this property in total. It's just a nice time for them. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to enjoy all that. So rest in peace for sure.
That is a shame.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
I'm late to my own stream. I set it for 7:35.
Oh. We gotta get out of here.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, 7:35. I freaked out for like half a second. I'm like, what are you talking about, Carrie?
All of a sudden the screen would just go black and Jake is like on his channel.
Everyone's anxiously on their toes waiting for you.
And I was just like, I was losing my mind for a second there. I was like, oh geez. Carrie, you gave me a heart attack there. Oh my gosh. I'm so anal about not being late. I'm like, oh, I always go live, right? It's just even if I have to pee or something, I'll make it happen. But oh man. Okay. That's funny. That's really funny. Thanks for the, I needed that, Carrie. I needed the little jolts to get a little energy, just like, oh. So
yeah.
I'm seeing a Cocaine Bear again tonight with my buddies.
How'd you like it?
I really enjoyed it. It's exactly what you think it's going to be.
Okay.
I said that in my review. I was like, listen, if you're going into this and you're expecting, this needs to be Jordan Peele level quality Cocaine Bear, you're gonna fucking hate it. Like if you're thinking that shit, you're gonna hate it. But man, it's just dumb fun. And go enjoy it. Watch it with your buddies. Just have a good time. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Sometimes you just have to have a movie like that where you just go and watch it, eat your popcorn, let your mind just take a break, and just have some fun.
It's refreshing in a way, like I love like everything we've gotten from like A24 and Neon and all those movies, those are great, man. Like those kick ass, but it's nice to just have something dumb, mindless and feeling like it's like 80s. It's nostalgic. It's got a lot going for it where I was like, this is just a really fun time. This is nice. So go watch it. See it in the theaters. It's a fun movie. It's fucking hilarious too.
Oh man.
But anyways, I think we're gonna wrap up the stream here, gentlemen. But it's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun talking.
Absolutely,
some crazy
absolutely.
Shit.
Yeah,
and we appreciate everyone hanging out with us too, talking about not just Scream. There's other exciting things out there. I promise, other good horror movies and things to be excited for. So thanks for hanging out with us and talking about all this. Gentlemen, do you guys have anything else going on tonight?
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Just chilling tonight?
I'm just gonna be chilling, man. I'm gonna catch up on The Last of Us, and I got couple other things I'm preparing and working on for next week, and that's pretty much about it.
Nice, man. I'm excited for it. Fate, anything crazy you're coming your way?
Nothing. Just stay at home, look at my Night poster all night.
Do you
Don't
work
tell
out
people
and
about
look
that.
at the? Don't
And
tell
you-
me.
have you guys have seen White Chicks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like when he goes to why am I blanking on his name? When he goes to the house to impress the girl, and
Terry
and he
Crews?
has Terry Crews.
Yes,
And he has
Terry
Terry
Crews.
Sorry, I completely blanked on Terry Crews. And you have Terry Crews in a picture of him and like thing, and he's like, "Oh, that's my trainer." Right, like that's what I have of Night. I have just like a picture of him, just like with like a leaf, and people come over and they're like,
A
"Who's
leaf.
that guy?"
A leaf.
And I'm like,
Wow.
he's my trainer.
You're just working out, staring directly
You're
into
just
that
staring.
picture.
You're all right.
Jeez, man. Poor. Well, anyways, thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. It's a pleasure as always. Make sure to subscribe, do all that good
Yes.
stuff. It helps the channel out immensely. Thanks for hanging out with us again. Check out my live stream here in like 15 minutes or so. Go hop over there.
Or
Apparently
either
I'm
15
late to
minutes
it.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently, I'm 10 minutes late to it, so stop by if you want. But just messing with you, Carrie. All the love to everybody tonight, though. Thank you all for
Yes.
hanging out with us, and as always, the collective has spoken. Peace.
Peace.